Hello YouTube, how are you all doing? So I'm just outside my house. That's Zishan. He's gonna be riding my bike, and we are going out to take a spin on his new 2017 KTM Duke 390. Now I've ridden this bike before, but we wanted to wait out for the review so that the first service would be done, and I would have ridden the bike for a while so that I can give you a better idea of what I think about the motorcycle. Now initially when this bike came out, everybody just rushed to the showrooms, and because they wanted to get more views, as it was a trending topic, everyone started uploading videos, but that's a different story. So my point is, I will always give you a genuine and unbiased review of the bike. So now if I start listing out the features the bike has, the upgrades, I'll probably get old. So we'll just start riding and discuss the features on the way. So now for the beautiful LCD tablet. It's a meter, but looks more like a tablet to me. Let's go. I won't be digging much into the technicalities of the bike. Now first and foremost, let's start off with the way the bike looks. It looks amazing to me. I mean, the new design is inspired from the 1290 Super Duke, and it looks pretty dashing, pretty promising. Everywhere the bike goes, it turns heads. That said, I just hope the bike doesn't become as common, and I don't think it really will. And it's a good move that KTM now has a different looking Duke 200, a slightly different Duke 250, and an entirely different 390, because previously the 200 and 390 had such different engine specifications yet looked the same. So that really put down a lot of 390 buyers, okay, 200 भी वैसी 390 भी वैसी क्या है भाई बोल के. But now it's different. So now let's start off with what all has changed from the previous bike. As usual, all the technical specifications, the BHPs and the talks and everything is down there in the description below. I don't have to talk you through and bore you out. But first, let's show everyone why the Duke is one of my favorite street bikes. Whew. So what all is different? The LCD cluster is entirely different. Overall fit and finish quality is entirely different. The whole look is new. Of course, the handguards, you get them as standard, and you have upgraded brakes up front, you have bigger discs, and you have sintered brake pads from the showroom. Yes, sintered brake pads from the showroom, and that actually shows, as the braking on this bike is, you just have to ride it to experience it. It's amazing. It's amazing. The bike just stops in a jiffy. You get ABS and all those gimmicks like before, but the two biggest differences, three actually, which I noticed in the bike, are the power delivery. Now the power is same at 44 brake horsepower, and the torque has gone up by 2 Newton meter, 2 Nm. So but on paper that sounds the same as the old bike, but the state of tune on this bike is entirely different. You get ride by wire now, so that has made the on and off throttle transitions way lot smoother than the older bike, and the power delivery is entirely different. Now it feels little less elastic, like a lot less elastic. Otherwise on the Duke, usually you had an elastic power band wherein you just gave it the throttle initially, down low, down in the RPM, there was nothing. After like 4,000-5,000 you would have gotten that long burst. But now it feels more of like my ER6 engine. It's very smooth ride from 2,000 RPM all the way up. It doesn't like being redline that much, so there's a lot of power in the mid range. So as you can see, we are in 4th gear at 60, and it just pulls off so smoothly. And the engine is now Euro 4 compliant, or Bharat Stage 4 compliant, whatever you like to call it. So that means the bike has a better soundtrack now. The old bike used to sound like an auto rickshaw, no offense. Somehow paying so much and getting that kind of a sound, not my thing. But this does sound a lot more gruntier, a lot more punchier than the old bike. And of course, the fit and finish and everything, it does look better than and even the paint quality is better than the previous generation Duke 390. Now, as you all know, this bike is manufactured in India for the rest of the world, so kudos to KTM for giving it such good quality. The indicators are LED, all the other stuff is basically remain the same. The biggest, as I said, the power delivery, the way it rides, the way it looks, and the way. And now coming to the most highlight part, the LCD display here. We'll be once we stop, I'll be giving you a walk around of the whole thing, because that in itself is a gadget. So now let's do a little bit of a speed run here and see what the bike is capable of. The previous bike sitting posture was a bit more छिचोरा, like, you know, बगल में फोड़े हो गए जैसा ऐसा बैठना पड़ता था. But now the bike is a lot more comfortable, manageable. Like, you know, you can do long distances on it. Even the seat is a bit wider and softer. So basically I think KTM just actually listened to its customers and the reviewers. They actually made out a list of all the points, okay, what problems everyone was facing with the motorcycle, and they fixed that one by one, most of them. You know, kudos to KTM for that. Now, I'd say this is one of my favorite street fighters because of its accessibility. It's roughly 2,50,000, 2,70,000 on road, which is amazing for the equipment you get, the look you get, the feel you get. It's very refined. It doesn't feel rough like the old bike. Very, very smooth, very refined. Of course, yeah, it is a single cylinder. You have a little bit of vibrations and roughness here and there, but that's manageable. It corners I'd say it corners really well. I rode it in traffic the other day. I was very surprised. I don't know, it does feel a little bit more nimbler than the older bike because of I think the geometry has changed a little bit, and even the chassis of the bike is now 2-piece instead of 1-piece. So, you know, kudos to KTM for that. In case you meet with an accident, lots of Dukes meet with an accident, so, you know, you don't have to change the whole chassis. It's 2-piece now, so, you know, chassis has been changed a bit. Apart from that, yeah, जैसा जैसा चलाते जा रहा हूँ चीज़ें याद आते जा रहे, because there are like literally so many changes in the bike. Let's pop a small. My favorite part about the KTM, because of the light clutch and the whole light front end, you just give it some throttle and you dump the clutch, it just pops. Everyone just looks at the bike. So yeah, overall I'd say KTM has done a tremendous job at that price. Even the price aside, the equipment list, the riding feel of the bike, everything, I have really been impressed ever since the day it came out. But I didn't want to give any verdict until I rode it, like, you know, a little while in the city and somewhat on the open road as well. So I'd say really amazing bike. Anyone who's looking to upgrade from the old 390, also this is a very good upgrade because it rides like a completely new motorcycle now. Everything from the braking, the handling, everything is just excellent. Though again, as in everything, you know, everything has its drawbacks. So let me just tell you what I don't like about the bike. The only complaints I have is one, the electricals. Now KTM bikes involve a lot of electricals, so, you know, that is something which we have to consider, because electricals have a lot of chance of failing, and that is not something that's new in KTM bikes. Even now, my friend, he had some problem in the LCD, and I believe he still does. So, you know, it's a small software glitch, they said, but they had to replace the whole LCD unit. But still the problem is persisting, wherein, you know, the RPM is supposed to go red, but sometimes the whole display goes haywire and it goes all rainbow colors. So, you know, that is something that KTM, you know, we just have to be skeptical, you know, how the electrics are going to last in the long run, because considering the fact that now a lot of people are going to be using this bike for touring, and because of the BS4, I think even the mileage should have improved a little bit. We'll discuss with my friend more on that later. So yeah, you don't want the bike to be breaking down somewhere in between. And then again, the other drawback, with great power comes great responsibility. So just because the bike is relatively cheaper than the other alternatives, a lot of college going kids are gonna pick this up. So please be very responsible, be very sane while riding the bike, because it is very powerful. Yes, the electronics and everything, they do give you a sense of control over the bike, but still it is fast, it is pretty fast. Be very careful about that. And Bajaj and KTM, please look into the electrical issues and make sure your customers, at least whatever problems they are, recall them and fix everything. So I guess that's it for this short ride. Won't call it a comprehensive review, it's just what I think, my opinion of the motorcycle. So we'll be going to a friend's house here. That's about it. Also, when riding through rough patches or uneven roads, it's a bit better. You can off-road a bit better on this bike, as the exhaust is not underbelly now. It's moved on to the side, so gives it a lot better ground clearance. So now we'll be doing a small tour of the gauge cluster on this bike. So this is something very weird, because no one's ever done a gauge cluster review kind of thing before, but it's needed, because like the fanciest part about this motorcycle is its LCD instrument cluster. So you have these controls right here, which gives it a lot of a Super Duke kind of feeling. So let's just go toggle through the menus and see what all is available. So I'm doing this for the first time, so I'll be showing it to you from my perspective. Of course, Zishan is here, but I don't want him to help me out, because I want to show you guys how easy or how difficult it is to figure everything out. So this is KTM My Ride. So My Ride, क्या रहा था My Ride? So here we have the audio and pairing menu, where you can pair your phone with your intercom as well as your LCD display. So your audio, whatever songs are playing on your phone, everything is visible right here. तो आप रास्ते में मौत अगर मरफा वरफा लगाना चाह रहे हैं आप गाड़ी के ऊपर, so you can just do it right from the instrument cluster. Now moving back, info. So this shows you all the general information about the bike. What is the battery voltage, the odometer reading. Odometer खाली 80 किलोमीटर चला है गाड़ी. So as I said, the meter's been replaced before, so the odometer reading is also slightly different. The date and everything, you can set the trips and warning. Okay, side stand warning.
So all major warnings यहाँ पर display.
So whatever warnings are there, they're displayed right here. फिलहाल side stand है, so you don't have लोगों को आपको बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है भाई stand बोल के गाड़ी खुद बोल देती है आपको. So here you have riding modes.
So Supermoto में आपका rear disc में there's no more ABS. You can go drifting around corners. Only front wheel ABS.
अच्छा तो रोड बोले तो जरा इज्जत से जाने के लिए Supermoto.
ABS. Supermoto is only front ABS. Off is no ABS.
अच्छा.
Off striker and show illegal.
Off is no ABS. Keep pressed. Not legal. Seriously.
European countries it's not legal.
So it's not legal. So yeah, we'll keep it in road.
नहीं, it will automatically reset off करके on करें.
अच्छा ऑफ करके ऑन करे तो रीसेट हो जाता है. ठीक है. और ये सेटिंग्स.
Favorites is what you have. Go all the way back.
आपको मेन डिस्प्ले पे जो बताना है वो क्या क्या बताना है. ये क्विक सेलेक्टर क्या है?
इस मेन डिस्प्ले पे से when you go up what menu, go down
what menu. अच्छा. प्रेफरेंसेस. क्या है तमाशा है. आओ तुम भी आओ जी, करेंगे साथ मिलके. आ जाओ. So here you have your Bluetooth preferences, Bluetooth on or off. I don't remember the last time I turned on Bluetooth in a bike. That's okay. You can set the shift light here. So below 1000 kilometers it's not available. Huh? Sad. Clock, date, the DRL settings are over here. If you want daytime running lights on or off. Units. Re. You can check the distance, temperature, miles में होना है. अच्छा. You can set it in miles also. That's sweet. Language. तेलुगु नहीं है इसमें. नहीं है. तेलुगु, भोजपुरी ये सब नहीं है. This is very few. हैदराबादी नहीं है. So next service 6,919 kilometers. Your version number of your display. Extra functions. फिर KTM My Ride. certifications. So even the display for this bike gets different certifications. So those preferences were for this, you know, what you want to be displayed on the meter. So it's phone signal, phone battery, and all these
functions.
4 functions you can set. So you know, this thing looks different during daytime and raat mein. If you want to cheat it a bit, you can just put your hand here. So this is the night mode, and during the night mode your lights also automatically turn on. It's got automatic headlamps, as there is no switch since Bharat 4 has come into effect. So sab log aapko light bol ke they'll show you this Singham ka haath. So I guess that's all for the small walk around of the meter. And also few things I missed.
Gearing is changed.
The sprockets are also different, and yeah, of course, look to everything is different. But yeah, few things I missed. The shock absorbers front and back, the setup is different.
Front it's open cartilage system.
So it's borrowed from somewhat, the system is somewhat like the 1290. Even the handle lock is right here. It's not on the handle anymore, it's on the tank. So more of like on my bike. And the levers are adjustable now. So a big plus point there, the clutch and the brake. And overall the quality also feels a lot more better, and the clutch is lighter than the old 390. So I guess I have covered most of the points. So hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you guys have any doubts, please drop down in the comments below. As usual, I don't discuss technical specifications and all that bullshit because I don't want to bore you guys out. So all of that is down there in the description below. So hope you guys enjoyed watching. Bye bye.